Hello, change makers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm delighted to talk to you this morning, but I'm in Bangladesh. I wish I could be with you. I would very much love to be with you. You are the change makers. The whole world is waiting for you to make your changes, because the world needs lots of changes, and you'll see why. It's very important that you become involved in making those changes. And you are the change makers, and Indonesia is a great country which can benefit from your role in the society, and the whole world will benefit from your society. Today, world is moving through a very difficult time, especially because of the financial crisis all over the world. And also very specifically unemployment among the youth in Europe, particularly some European countries, where unemployment rate among the youth is as high as 46%. It's a very shocking thing to see. Even in the most advanced countries, the economy cannot create opportunities for young people. It's not the fault of the young people. It's the fault of the system that we created. Our system is faulty. We have to admit that. And just making little adjustment here, little adjustment there is not going to solve the problem. We need very fundamental changes. That's where you come in. And your change making has to be addressed to those fundamental issues, not just tiny little issues. There's nothing to be scared about. Fundamental issues are very simple issues. They are not complicated issues. Sometimes you feel like, in the university, in our colleges, they are teaching such a complicated thing. Yes, when you read through the textbook, sometimes it looks very complicated, but the real life problems are very simple when you look at it as they are, and as they come in the way you understand right away. And that's when the opportunity arises for making the change, making a difference in people's life. And once you can make a difference in one person's life, you know you found the key to open the solution. That if you can find out the solution for one person, you can use it for solving the problems of million people and billion people. The same thing, it's a repetition. And that's what the change making is all about. So there's nothing to be scared about change making. It's a question of just putting your mind into it and looking at those things very closely. Unless you see things in a very close range, you will not understand the simplicity of it. Don't get scared because it appears in your reading list, in your articles that you read, things appear very complicated. That's what it is when you read it in a textbook or in an article. But if you go to the problem yourself and stand right there and touch the problem, you see it's not as complicated as it appeared to you before. So try to be close to the problem and understand the problem and see how you can resolve that. And that's what the change making is all about. So you have the chance, and you are a very privileged generation in the whole world. Privileged because you have enormous technology at your disposal, which we didn't have it when we were at your age. So use this capacity of the technology, because this is technology which everybody has access to. It's not some privileged families have this access. We are so average person that we don't have any access to those kind of gadgets, those kinds of facilities. That's not the way this technology is working. This technology is available to every single person. So why don't we empower ourselves in solving the problem by using this technology and the power that gives us? You have enormous power. The question is, how are you going to use this power? So always think about that. How are you going to use the power that you have? Don't take it for granted that, okay, life goes on, what can I do? You can do a lot. You can change the whole world. When you say change maker, it's not a change maker for tiny things. You are a change maker for change the whole world. And nobody has to be unemployed, for example. How do you make sure that everybody gets employed? There's nobody remains unemployed. And it can be done. It's not a kind of rocket science to do that. But we never paid attention to that. If you paid attention to that, we'll come up with that solution. How do we take one poor person out of poverty? That's not a big deal. Each one of us has the capacity to help one person get out of poverty, just one person. If we can find out how to take one person out of poverty, we found the key again to solve the problem of every single poor person, to help them get out of poverty. And that's how we did in the microcredit. When we did the microcredit, we are not trying to solve the problem of every single person in the world. We are just trying to solve the problem of just a handful of people in one tiny village in Bangladesh. And it worked. Once it worked, we just repeated it and got to hundreds, got to thousands, got to millions. Now millions around the world have access to microcredit, and Indonesia has that too. It's an amazing thing. So you can find out how to solve the problem of one unemployed person. Once you have learned that, you can just repeat it. Your friends can repeat it, and all the problem is solved. So this is how we have to do. And one way to do that is to use the idea of social business. I'm talking about social business to see how that idea can be used to solve the problem that we face around us. Social business is a very simple idea. It's not a complicated idea. You know, all businesses are done to make money. That's how we have learned from our textbooks. Businesses are run to make money. Profit maximization is the goal of businesses. So that's how everybody is busy making money, because that's how books tell us. That's how theories tell us. So I'm telling a different thing. Business can be run to solve problem without having any intention of making money out of it. So when we take the idea of making money out of a business and put the business to solve problem, suddenly a whole new world emerges for us. We can go and address the problem of poverty, address the problem of unemployment, address the problem of old age, address the problem of healthcare by designing social businesses. I'm doing this business not for making money for myself. I'm doing this business to solve the problem. When you solve a problem in a business way, it becomes a very powerful business. It becomes a very powerful way to solve problems. And that's what we have been doing in Bangladesh and many countries. And I'm sure in Indonesia, you can do it too. If you can do it in one remote village in Indonesia, you know what? The whole world will come to you to learn from you. That's how it becomes so powerful. If you can do something, just helping 5 unemployed people out of unemployment, 5 women to get out of poverty, 5 children have better health, 5 old people have a better life for themselves. Whatever problem you see around us, these are the problems, not only in Indonesia, not only in Bangladesh, all over the world, even in the richest country in the world. So if you can find the solution, we have done it. The whole world will come to Indonesia to learn from you. Today's ideas don't have to be generated in rich countries. Those days are gone when we have to learn things from the West. They are the ones who taught us everything. These days are gone now. We can produce knowledge, we can produce solutions right here where we live. That's how the whole world is right now, because of the technology. And that technology power is no different than what you have, than what they have in the West. Same thing. So why don't we use this power? That's what you do as social change makers. And that's what you decide how to do it. If you don't know where to start, make a list of the problems you see around the world, or around your own village, or around your own city. What are the problems that you see? Just make a list, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the problems. And pick one problem and make a tiny little social business to solve that problem. If you are successful in doing that, then you have changed the whole world. That's how you become change makers. And you can all become real sense change maker for the world. And good luck with it. I hope I'll come and visit you soon. I'll be delighted to meet you and visit you, see what you're doing. And we can really make a big difference. And we need that difference, because the world is in a serious crisis. And unless you do it, we'll get into deeper crisis. We don't have to. We have the power. We can change the world. Let's do it. Thank you very much.